Alright everybody, we're going to do this video kind of like I did about a month ago with my Moving the Needle type series, and this is going to be kind of a general update video for everything that I have going on right now. Update you guys on the current projects, kind of what I've been doing, and what to expect video-wise. So let's jump right into it. Now, of course, next to me is this Suzuki GN400 bobber that I just completed. Now, I have been working away from about like 5 a.m. to like sometimes 3 in the morning for about 2 weeks in a row straight. That's why maybe some videos have dropped off. I've been working to get this thing done for a show, which I just put a video up on, and that was the Brewtown Rumble. And I wanted to showcase this bike because I'm using an X21 on it. And you guys are going to see a video on a full X21 Type M install. It's going to be like a really long but packed with a lot of information type video on how to actually install one of these things and then going through the actual usage of it. This is pretty cool. So this thing has like turn signals, headlight, high, low, brake light. This will power electric start if you have it, and then some. And all of that is controlled by 2 small buttons on the handlebars, and it's super clean. But that is what my main focus had been. So again, that's kind of why some videos have probably dropped off. I just literally have not had time to edit them, although there has been no shortage of actually recording footage. So expect, hopefully, I would say this week, or at least maybe Monday next week, I'm hoping to get the Type M video out on this thing. And then I'll also put up some shorter videos on kind of a general walk around. We'll kind of do an overview of everything I've done on the bike and just showcase everything in short. And then I think I'll have one more video on just maybe Type M operation, that kind of thing. But this week my goals are to do a top end on this thing. I had to get it kind of just sorted and running electrically, but we do have a little bit of an oil leak. So I'm going to do a top end on this thing this week and then do the final tuning process, and it should be good to go back to the customer. Now, the other bike that I've been working on is the CX500 Scrambler, and that thing currently is in every single individual component. I have all of the components back from powder coat and chrome plating, so later this week I'm hoping to maybe start chassis assembly on that thing and get it back to at least a roller with the, probably get the engine in it, I guess. And that thing is going to start taking shape really quick, so this being a customer bike and the CX500 being a customer bike, those are my priority. Now, other bikes in the shop, like let's specifically like the CBX and the Benelli and all the other projects that I have, those had to just kind of take a back seat to customer projects because since I started a lot of those things, it's just the business has changed so much. And it's been just a big adaptation, just kind of pivoting, the direction of brick house builds. So understand that's why some of those projects have dropped off. It's not for lack of care or desire. It's just my focus is just getting customer stuff out. And this bike as well as the CX500 are the last customer bikes that I have. I know the white CX500 you guys saw the time lapse on. Hopefully you guys should watch it if you haven't. But that is the last customer obligations that I have. And then I'm going to turn my attention to personal projects. So I need to get going again on the CBX restoration. The engine, I just need to take, I've said it 100 times, but people are very curious about it, so thank you. But I need to take the engine to vapor honing and get the cases vapor honed, cleaned up. We'll start getting everything painted, and then we'll reassemble the engine, and that will be a huge leap forward for that thing. So I don't have an ETA on it. We're just going to kind of work it in when we can. A lot of people have asked about the Benelli. I mentioned in that video it's probably going to be a year before I touch it. That's still accurate, and that was only a couple months ago. So like I said, the Benelli is probably going to be, at least 8 months before I touch anything on it. If I get caught up on stuff, I would like to bring it back, at least pull the plugs, start trying to unseize the engine if possible, and then dig a little bit further onto it. But that thing is going to be fun. I know I'm super excited about it, but I don't want to put a lot of attention on it right now because I have stuff ahead of it in line. Now, of course, a project that I've been working on lately has been Patty, the CB750 barn find here. This thing's ready to go. It's a runner, rider. I ride it like every day. I haul parts on it. This rack and bungee cord gets used daily. I just love this thing. Now, it will always, it's a vintage bike, it will always need things. And on the list for this one are a set of bronze swing arm bushings along with a new chain. I already have both of those things. And then the clutch on this thing is, I mean, from day one it's been bad, but after putting the 4-in-1 on it, I feel like it picked up a little bit of power, and it's just like, it's starting to really try to slip when you get into third. It struggles a lot with third because speed, peak torque, acceleration, physics and stuff like that. And then fourth, if you really beat on it, it will start to slip. So I guess expect at some point a video on doing the clutch on this thing, as well as the swing arm bushings and the chain, because it's just stuff it needs. But there's not really a big rush right now because this thing just runs perfect, and it's fantastic to ride. So I'm kind of de-incentivized to take it apart. And luckily, in regards to the clutch, if you guys have seen that recent video I put up of buying all of those parts, I bought that old motorcycle shop, I'm pretty confident that I have springs and clutch, at least frictions, in stock for this thing, so it shouldn't really cost me anything extra. And then on that note, all of those parts I've been slowly chipping away. Again, I've taken the last week off. I haven't been in the shop at all. It's a disaster in here. I've just been working on parts storage and getting things organized and working on my website. So my eBay store is live now. I'll have a link in the description, and I have a handful of items on there right now. But my goals are to, let's just say on average, like add a part a day on there and just try to keep putting parts up. And so yeah, I got a lot of good stuff. I'm definitely going to list the physically large items first, and that is just going to be in the name of saving space. The faster I can get rid of physically large items, the better. And yeah, get some storage area back. But of course I'll probably end up buying some other stuff and filling it back up, because I've told you guys I need an intervention. I'm really waiting on it to happen. I don't know if I can set one up for myself, but yeah. There's also an auction later this month on a few CB750s. So, and then moving on to other things. As of today, I've got some exciting news. So on my website, I sell a lot of new electrical products from NWT Cycletronic. I am the exclusive provider of those components in all of the Americas. And then my partner Al, he is the exclusive provider in all of Europe and beyond. So between the two of us, we have all of your orders covered. And today, the time this is going up, my new pricing for X21 values will be live. So the S and the P packages are changing just a little bit on the style of controls, and all the X21 value packages are now just $199. That gets you a full X21 control hub, the controls themselves pre-wired for you, and of course the great support you get with myself and NWT Cycletronic. And that is an incredible value for those of you with like a vintage bike who need to redo the wiring, or if you're building a custom bike and you want to clean everything up and modernize it. I have a lot of videos on the X21, so I'm not going to bore you with that. Go check those out if you guys are unfamiliar with that. But that's exciting stuff. And then even more exciting is the X21 Plus, which drops today. And the Plus, we're adding, there's more auxiliary outputs for it, there's more control, it has more features, it has like a tachometer input, and a lot more capability that you guys can see on the website. So those, the X21 Plus packages, are $299. And the X21 Plus is only sold with the S and the P style controls because it just literally needs more buttons to operate all of the functions and the capabilities that it has. So the M, like on this bobber here, is only available in the value level, but yeah. Now if you're located outside of the Americas and you're interested in picking up an X21, this is definitely available to you. I've mentioned Al of Kilted Bushido Builds, and he has this.
Yeah, X21 Plus now in stock on the website kiltedbushidobuilds.com. So that's for guys in the UK and Europe. The X21 Plus, same as the value before, same as all the products on the website, comes with awesome tech service, customer support, wiring diagrams, video calls through Instagram with the engineer, the tech that designed and made the products. They'll help you do an install. Any questions, any queries, give BJ a shout on his website or me a shout on mine, again if you're in Europe or the UK. So yeah, give us a shout on the website. WhatsApp is available on mine as well to chat, and you can send us a DM through Instagram. So at that, I'm going to get back to you. X21 Plus, and on the website. Cheers guys.
Now, among everything else I have going on, you remember those two CX500s that I just picked up, along with, again, a bunch of other parts. The red bike is actually, I've already had it in the shop a little bit, and I've been working to get it running. I haven't got it running yet, but it's not going to take a whole lot. So the next time I bring it in, I just need to kind of put some electrical to it, tidy up some of the stuff on the front, and it should live. And you guys are definitely going to be seeing videos on that as I do it. So that's, again, going to be turning into a series of Amber learns how to ride a motorcycle, and it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to butt heads a little bit, but it'll be fun by the end of the day. So that's going to be kind of priority there. And then the silver CX500, I've got that one in my back pocket. It runs, and I just need to basically make some videos on doing some pod filters on it, just kind of getting those things dialed in. And then I would like to do one on maybe making some fork spacers, like to get rid of the air forks on it, because it just, you know, they just compress a lot. So I think that might be a good video. Maybe front brake upgrade, who knows. I know I do want to do probably a digital gauge setup on it, so that would make great content. But that one's not going to be super high on the priority list, so I have some other stuff that's been ahead of it. I've mentioned the XS400 build numerous times, and I feel like I've been teasing you guys with this thing, and I feel so bad because I want to work on it really bad. But with the launch of the X21 Plus, that bike is what we've been waiting for. So that bike will get the NWT battery that we provide. I haven't even made a video on it. I've got one on this bike, but yeah, I've got to make a video on that. That's going to get the X21 Plus. I don't know if I'm going to go either P or S on that one. I'm not sure. Probably S. And it's going to get a lot of other stuff. So stay tuned for that. I promise you guys, by early September, I will have a video out on that thing. So this is me saying that. I'm going to hold myself to it. It's coming back. And I'm really excited about that bike. We just basically need to mock up the electrical on it. Oh, so just a lot to do. So let's see, other things noteworthy. I've been trying out this new Brickhouse Builds hat. I use these when I'm riding. Check this out. So these things are absolutely perfect for like going riding. I use these because you can crush them down. So just yesterday I had a couple bottles of water in this thing. Went for a ride. Put that in there, crush it down. It does not care. You know, zip it up. It's out of the way. You take it back out. There's nothing to crease. So I don't know. I know these aren't for everybody, but I had been given one of these things by a friend of mine who has the Moto House. I've made a video on him, but I liked it so much I decided to want to kind of make my own. Now, embroidery leaves a little bit to be desired. I'm going to see if I can work on that. I go with a third party on these things, so that's, I don't know. I'm not super psyched with that, but I want to improve this, so I will get to work on it. So I guess to kind of wrap it all up, I've just got a lot going on, a lot more than usual between like buying those CXs, buying all those parts, having to get this thing done for a show, and then my new eBay store, and then the launch and change of all the products and stuff I have going on. It's just been, you know, it's been a lot to keep up with, and honestly, again, this week I haven't even been in the shop because I needed to catch up on so much like office type stuff. It's been kind of ridiculous, but you will notice I'm going to start putting up probably some shorter videos. I put up one yesterday on just a CB750 ride. Didn't even announce it on my socials or anything like that. But there's been some videos that I've kind of talked about making that like CB750 sound clips, that kind of thing. Some shorter things. They're not big production. So I'm going to put up a few shorter videos, and it's not just like a grab for views or anything like that. It's just videos I've talked about or I find relevance in. So expect to maybe see a couple of those bounce around, and then there's going to be, of course, my core videos on like how-to stuff, how to install this whole wiring system, and then kind of like bike overviews, getting things running. So back to the regularly scheduled programming. But to kind of end this video off, please check my website. I have new products as well as all the price changing going on. And then if you want, check my eBay store. I have stuff that's going to be populated on there, and I'm just going to continue adding product. And then look for other videos on a multitude of different bikes, and stay tuned for upcoming projects. So I'm pretty excited. It's going to be a good fall and an even better winter. I'm stacking myself up with projects for this winter, and come spring, I think we'll have a cool series of bikes to go riding on. So, but anyway, hope you guys like this one. Let me know what you think of the moving the needle videos, and maybe we'll make it a regular thing once a month or something like that. So anyway, appreciate you guys watching. Hope to see you in the next one.